Hi, I'm Lisa Leiter. In Chicago Business Today, Chicago's tech hub. Mayor Daley this week said he's formed a panel of experts to advise him on how to bring more technology companies to Chicago. He made the announcement at 600 West Chicago Avenue, the former Montgomery Ward catalog warehouse. Danny Ecker reports on how what was once a landmark for an old-fashioned business is at the center of Chicago's tech scene.
What stood less than a decade ago as more than 2 million square feet of empty space has become a breeding ground for innovation since the city pledged $28 million in tax increment financing for its redevelopment. The former Montgomery Ward catalog warehouse in River North is now a major hub for Chicago's technology scene. Today, 96% of the building is leased, whereas just 2.5 years ago, it was less than 80% full.
600 West has been a huge success. Our investment has created home for thousands of new jobs, has helped shine in a national spotlight on Chicago as a technology leader. We must all look for other opportunities to support technology industries and entrepreneurs in Chicago's economic future.
Spend 5 minutes walking around 600 West Chicago and you'll see what it's become, a miniature city thriving on a highly connected community of businesses. In addition to housing big-name tenants like the Big Ten Network and Dyson vacuum cleaners, the building is the home to dozens of maturing companies like Echo Global, Inner Workings, and of course, one of the fastest growing companies in history in Groupon.
We've gone from about 50 employees a year ago to over 500 here in this building today. And I can't imagine going through that kind of growth anywhere else. I can't imagine a company like Groupon being born out of anywhere else.
But the building's benefits are most apparent in new additions like Sprout Social, an online tool that helps organize a company's social media efforts, and the latest to receive funding from Groupon investment vehicle Lightbank, a fellow 600 West Chicago tenant. The company moved into a small office down the hall from Groupon in May and is already seeing the benefits of proximity.
You know, people always say, like, how did that happen in Chicago? It didn't happen in San Francisco. One of the reasons why San Francisco is so tech successful is that a lot of folks there are passionate about technology. They're always sharing ideas. You bump into people in coffee shops, that kind of thing. It only happens because you're in close proximity. The same kind of thing happens here in 600 West Chicago. You bump into people in the hallways, you feel an energy that keeps you kind of going throughout the day, talking about what's going on in technology as well as kind of refining some of the stuff that we're actually working on day to day.
So while Mayor Daley has now formed a committee to focus on expanding Chicago technology infrastructure needs, the warehouse turned national landmark turned tech company hotbed is setting a solid foundation. For Chicago Business Today, I'm Danny Ecker.
With the investment market for downtown office buildings coming back to life recently, it's not much of a surprise that there might be some interest in 600 West Chicago. Crain's recently reported that the owners of the building are considering putting it up for sale after receiving several unsolicited offers. Well, that's this edition of Chicago Business Today. For all of your breaking news, be sure to stick with chicagobusiness.com. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.